My name is Braden, and today I'll be showing you my proposal for Yarra Valley Winery Salesforce rollout and implementation. Now, a quick recap of the current state of the business. We're a winery in the Yarra Valley, currently a small business with 3 owners, but looking to grow steadily and become a medium business in the next 5 to 10 years. The company already has its own beer and cider labels with plenty of opportunity for expansion in both. Most of the sales are local, available from the cellar door and in nearby restaurants and retailers. After doing some analysis of the business, I was able to find the areas where Salesforce can help the most. The biggest area and the one that will be taken on first is support. Most of the processes I saw are done manually and slowly. Not only that, but inventory lists are stored offline and some of the production process was recorded on pen and paper. By bringing the inventory and production into Salesforce, we can also improve the operations with records available across the business. After that is handled, we'll automate the feedback and report system for the management. And finally, once that's in place, we can get on to the future strategies of the business, such as loyalty programs. So I learned a lot on my tag-along days, and with the sales team, they had quite a lot of input, which was great. The first thing I noticed was just about everything was done manually. And things like commercial pricing and quotes, they could be done in 20 minutes when it took a couple of hours waiting for discounts to be approved. And it was especially slow if they needed to call other departments to get stock or production information when it could have been organised in a couple of clicks on Salesforce. That slow communication not only slows the sales team, but disrupts the inventory and production teams. And it was a common issue I saw when I spent time across the board. Then once the Salesforce system is implemented, the feedback and data can be analysed to get customer trends, allowing for better marketing strategies and more efficient business strategies. Now, before we go any further, I think it's a good time to address the risks. Salesforce can be quite costly in the early stages, taking up a lot of time and a bit of financial dedication to roll out successfully. It is never a truly good idea to introduce the company to Salesforce in one hit, so a step-by-step plan is best. However, that means some departments won't be on the system for some time and can complicate the teaching process. But also with this, it means that there'll be some in the organisation that are all ready to help out when that time comes. Then when we get to roll out phases 2 and 3, it becomes a much harder process to turn back. After being on the system, phase 1 won't make too many changes, but phase 2 and 3 will make it harder if the company changes its mind. Then there's also the security considerations to take into account. Salesforce looks after what's on the cloud. However, anti-malware systems and work purpose devices are probably the best way to go, but there's much more to consider there. And this is the rollout strategy. The first phase is small and then each one gets bigger. Phase 1 will bring the owners and the sales team into Salesforce. And that's when we'll bring the commercial sales systems into online. As I agreed with Brian, owner 1 in this diagram, the commercial sales won't be affected if Salesforce comes to a standstill. As you know, the customer is usually dealt with in person, email, or on the phone. The whole old system will be available if anything has to be paused. Phase 2 will see the production and inventory and accounts come online and be able to share relevant data across Salesforce. Phase 3 will see the online sales automated from start to finish. This is also when marketing and financial management will be able to collect their data, leading to better decisions down the line. Then once it's done, come back and review it in about 3 months' time. All right, phase 1. So importantly, it's a small step into Salesforce. Currently, commercial sales are handled with a lot of calls and emailing, and the average quote takes a couple of hours to process. With Salesforce, we can get that down to about 20 minutes. The commercial sales process will have the discounting system built in. If they're buying $1,000, $10,000 worth of stock, they're not going to get the consumer price. It also, if a new lead shows interest or a big order comes in from a new customer, we can keep that discount going and process that instantly. In this phase, the owners and sales team will have their Salesforce inductions. Then the business manager, Brian, and the sales manager will receive more support as they become the on-site support team, helping me train the rest of the organization. But if you're ever out of depth, please feel free to give me a call. The owners and the sales team will have both PC and mobile access. And then this will allow the sales team to place orders if they're off, visiting customers or whatnot. Phase 2 brings the operations into Salesforce. By digitizing the inventory system, there'll be an accurate report on how many of each product are available for sale and how much are still waiting to be shipped. If you've got a pallet of, say, 50 slabs, it's not helpful if 10 have already been sold to other customers. And that system will be able to update instantaneously. This system will then send just reports to the sales team, giving them a heads up if there's going to be a backlog, and they can inform the customer right away. This system will also be crucial when online sales expand in phase 3. If a backlog does occur, then the digitized production schedule will be able to provide an ETA on when the next batch is due. Also, if a stock of a particular line is getting low, then it will prompt production team to start planning the next batch. Accounts will also have access to the records, and they'll be able to veto any discounts if, say, an account hasn't been paid. Now, phase 3 is where things get really exciting. Marketing get their inductions and immediately get reports. They need to see how well each product's doing. They also get far greater insight, leading them to make better advertising decisions and will be able to plan future events like product launches and public engagement events. The automated online sales process will also be put to work, taking live data from inventory to know exactly how much of each product is available, instantly reporting customer sales and potential new customers that visit your site. The dispatch ticket system will also be automated for all sales, printing an order instantly ready for fulfillment. Once online sales are processed, Salesforce can produce some valuable data about your customer base. This can inform your marketing team which customers are ordering repeatedly, and then data will lead them for a loyalty program rewards. The other key piece of data is demographic statistics. And they'll tell you which age range is buying which product more often, and that data can be better used for a targeted ad campaign. Consumer engagement is advertising at work. These days, you can post ads on social media with age, gender, location specifications, making sure that the right leads see the right product. And that's making the best use of your demographic statistics from earlier. Pushing for greater search engine optimization will make sure more of your leads will see your product as they go to your website. And when engaging directly with leads at key public events or further away, make sure that you've got a QR code or social media account, linking them directly to where they can purchase your product. As sales data begins to roll in, you'll be able to analyze the data and predict trends for the future. using customer feedback and sales statistics, you'll be able to learn from your slower moving product lines and determine the right course for each product. As you get your first 4 quarters, Salesforce will show you each one, setting a benchmark for sales and marketing teams in the future. Then using the quarter data, the business can make well-informed decisions when it comes to financial management. As Salesforce records all revenues and expenses, it will play a significant part of financial management. Then the business stats will give you far greater insight for seasonal operations, as well as your quarterly and annual charts aiding your financial planning. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to address them now.